Hi guys, Coach Becca here. I am uploading this video, a little tutorial about wrist issues for one of my beautiful fit challengers, Allie, and I thought that maybe a lot of people could benefit from this. In this day and age, we're all on the computer a lot and we're all phone typing a lot, which can actually affect your yoga practice or just everyday life sort of carpal tunnel-ish kind of prevention issues that we're going to talk about today. There can be pain that comes up in our wrists a lot. If your wrists are sort of weak, like mine always have been recently, the older I got, the more weakness I found in my wrists as I did my yoga practice, and there's so much of this action in yoga that if you're not doing something to do the opposition of that, then your wrists can eventually, I think, break down if you don't keep them really, really strong and have some awareness in there. So if you ever feel any wrist pain or like an injury is coming, just take it easy. Never forget about icing. Ice can also take sort of inflammation away if it feels like a muscular or tendon problem. If it's a bone issue, you might want to see a doctor, get an x-ray. But I'm going to give you a couple exercises that are very basic, very simple. A wonderful yoga instructor taught me, and then talk about, another way to do the opposition and sort of fix any wrist issues that you might get from yoga or push-up type positions. So when I was in prenatal yoga, a lot of things happen with your joints when you're pregnant, and the relaxin that gets sort of released in your body, and so your joints can tend to get a little quirky, out of whack. So my awesome prenatal yoga instructor, Ann Carroll, taught us this wrist exercise that I really believe took away any wrist pain that I've ever struggled with ever. So it's really easy to remember, 3 moves, and you put your hands in a fist, and you think of pause and really stretch out while you're moving. Pitchers and stretch. And claws. So pause, pitchers, claws. Pause, stretch out that wrist right here. Pitchers, stretch out the inside right here. Pitchers. Claws, and really bring a lot of attention to the hands. Claws. Pause, pitchers, claws, and do that over and over and over and over again to give yourself a little therapy from time to time when you're working at the computer or in the middle of a yoga class. Another thing that I've been reminded of recently, which was an awesome wrist warm-up for back in like my high school, junior high cheerleading days or gymnastics class, I saw my daughter's gymnastics teachers teaching them that wrist wave. Now this can hurt your wrists if you're not careful, so just really go slow, and if anything feels like tweaky, like it's about to put something out of place, slow down, or don't go as dramatic into the movement, and then do the reverse the other way. So I like to do this before a workout, shaking out the hands, really, really shaking, doing the wave again. Also this one. So you push down one way and the other way, sort of get both hands stretched out all the way through the fingertips. And then this way. Yep. And then the best thing you can do for your wrists, if you do a lot of yoga or if you do a lot of push-ups, is to use a resistance band and pull. So I learned in a yoga workshop I did with Doug Swenson once that there's so much of this in yoga. There's downward dog, there's push-up pose, there's headstand, there's handstand, there's all these positions where our hands are like this on the ground with lots of weight on the wrists. There's no therapy for that, or opposition, or opposite movement for that. And that's why I love P90X so much, and P90X2 now, because you use a lot of band work. Oh, so much good therapy on your wrist. So if you have a wrist issue that's tweaky and hurts when you do a push-up style position, do extra band pull-ups. And I'm going to upload a second video on a doorway hinge band contraption you can buy. If you don't have a pull-up bar and you don't want to do regular pull-ups, I actually think that resistance bands are better than regular pull-ups for most people, and it's really what I recommend most people do when they do P90X, is they don't need a pull-up bar at all. They just need one little joint for your door contraption, and resistance bands. I love resistance bands when they're used correctly. So I hope everyone has super comfortable wrists and avoids injury. And please comment with questions or concerns or comments, and I'd love to hear it all. Happy yoga!